Okay, in this video we're going to run through some stuff with the Insite on the ISX15. It's going to help you with your task sheets and some just how to use it. Now, Insite is Cummins' personal diagnostic tool. It's a annual subscription that you install on a laptop, and comes with some cabling and whatnot, and it just works on Cummins engines, and we use it a lot in this class. I know it's not going to show up really well in this video because I'm trying to film a computer screen, so thank you COVID-19 for screwing this up for everybody. But up here at the top, once you open the Insite program, it has connect to ECM. It takes a little bit to connect, so I'm going to go ahead and connect and explain some other things. Now, right here, it's going to say ECM password here. You don't need that unless that was installed by an owner of a vehicle. They can put a password on there to keep somebody from working on it if they don't want to. Without the password, they won't be able to hook to the computer and do anything. So we're going to go ahead and hit connect on that. While that's connecting to the ECM, I want to explain a few things. So on this ISX, our connector is right here. So we've got to be sure we have the key on to do any connection, or it will give you an error, tell you that it couldn't establish communication. Any scan tool you hook up to a vehicle, the key is going to have to be on. So while this is connecting, we've got two connectors we use, a J1939 and a J1708. Be sure you're using the 1939 for anything newer, but it basically, it has 9 pins on there, so it's not going to connect to anything else, but because they're like arranged where they only go one way. So J1939 is a 9 pin, so it's got a whole lot more information capability than what the old 1708 that was on older vehicles. 1708 just has a 6 pin, so like that 2000 Freightliner, that's what you would switch it over to connect to it. They both screw onto this inline 5 data connector, so you just unscrew this, take this off, and change the cable out for the other one. Now, the other thing you'll have to do is down here at the bottom of the screen, it tells me, like I said, I know you can't see it, but inline USB J1939. You got to make sure that says that if you're using the 1939, because it doesn't know which cable you have hooked to it, and you'll never be able to establish communications. So it gives you problems. So be sure if you're using the 1708 that you look down here at the bottom and make sure it says J1708. And there's a little drop box here to change it to the other one, or you won't be able to establish communication. Okay. I'm connected to the ECM now. It takes a little bit, that's why I was explaining that other stuff, but up here at the top it says disconnect from ECM. That's how I know I'm connected, because it gives me a prompt that I can disconnect, and it's giving me a work order list here. So Cummins creates a work order in Insite every time a vehicle is hooked to Insite through the computer. And all those previous work orders will be in here from this particular engine worldwide. Anywhere that it's hooked to, any state, whatever, it'll create a work order. When you create a new one, now I could click on one of these old ones and go back and look at that work order if I wanted to. And like, let's say that this vehicle had been in multiple times, and I wanted to go back and look at old work orders and see what codes it had and what they had done to fix it. There's a technician's note, there's mileage, all kinds of information that you put into a work order. But I'm not going to look at old ones now, but like I said, they stay stored on there forever. So you can go back all the way back and look at previous work orders, and sometimes that helps you diagnosing things. So I'm going to hit new. I'm not going to type all the stuff in due to time constraints, but you can put the customer contact, your technician in there. There's a notes section. There's a notes pre and post. So down here it says technician's notes. I can go in and type notes into that so that anybody else from now on can see it, or I could go back and look at it later. So anyway, you can put the mileage, the contact customer name, phone numbers, all that kind of stuff in here. Now it's creating an image. It's created. So it's a little bit hard to see, but over here on the side I've got Disconnect from ECM at the top. I've got fault codes, data monitor logger, ECM diagnostic test, advanced ECM data, features and parameters, calibration selection, work orders, ECM images, and ECM templates. That's where I can go work on previous work orders. There's trip information. The trip information will tell you even like how many times the key's been turned on and off, how many times it's been operated, or how many miles it's been operated in a certain gear, what the average miles per hour. It's crazy the amount of things that these computers track. And if you hook that up to like the red freight that's got almost 1 million miles on it, there's some really crazy high numbers in there. Audit trail is modifications that's been done. So if you do programming, put a programmer on something, go in and reprogram, flash it, and tell it to delete the EGR and all that's done on the audit trail here. It's tracked. So Cummins can go back and see what all you've done to that. So don't think that you're sneaking around when you go in and reprogram or flash a computer. Cummins has an audit trail on there that will tell everything that's been done to it. So I'm gonna go up here and hit, for this video, the fault codes. Okay, hard to see once again, but it's listing me a fault here. And it'll tell me how many times that fault is set. Fault code is 0195. It's active, means it's on right now, the problem is there. So we have active codes and inactive. Active codes means that right now there's a problem with this engine. An inactive code means that at one point the computer saw something, knew it wasn't right, put a code so you would know what it saw, and then now it's fixed, so it's not fixed, but it went away, so it's inactive. So active means happening right now. Inactive is like a history code. That's what automotive would call it, is a history code, because it's not happening now, but in its history it happened and it hasn't been cleared yet. Okay, that has been done twice. It's amber. So amber is like a check engine light telling you, a maintenance indicator lamp. That's what it is on this Cummins, but there's a problem, but it's not a big problem right now, so you can go ahead and run it and get it to the next shop. If that lamp is red, that means we need to shut the engine down. This could be problematic. It could damage it, so we don't need to be running it right now. So amber means there's a problem, but you can go ahead and go with it. Red means this is serious, need to shut the engine down. If the red comes on and starts flashing, it's telling you that this engine is, the computer's going to shut it down before you burn it up or do something bad with it. So it gives us a description over here: coolant level sensor 1 circuit, voltage above normal or shorted high. If I scroll down further on this, our next code is a 2375. It's inactive. It's did it 4 times. So it's not on right now, but it's did it 4 times in the past. It's amber once again. Exhaust gas recirculation, temperature sensor circuit, voltage high or above normal. Then I have a 0559 inactive, 1 count, amber. Injector metering rail pressure data below normal. I've got a 0144 inactive. It's did it 1 time, it's an amber. Engine coolant temperature 1 sensor circuit, voltage above normal or shorted to high. So we have 4 codes. I'll list those on plan book, because on your task sheets you have to go in and analyze those, and we'll get a different video on doing that. So that's it for this video.